And there we go. All right. Thank you guys for being here on time, 6 o'clock, November 7th, 2022. Let's jump right into it. We're going to try to get through this as quickly as possible. So, Mr. Christensen, would you take roll?
Ray Regalado,
Here.
Melanie Lebrecq,
Here.
Chris Valle,
Here.
and Vic Christensen here. So
All right.
who's gonna share the agenda?
I
Am
don't
I
know.
gonna do that?
Let me see.
I can bring it up. I didn't know if somebody already had it ready.
Did not.
Okay. I will get it.
And there it is. All right. So we'll hit agenda item number 2, general public comment. I do not believe we have any attendees at this point. Any of you would like to make a non-agenda item?
I've got one, just a quick one. If you haven't already voted, then get out and vote.
Yep.
Tomorrow is election day.
Absolutely. We dropped ours off today.
Yeah, we went up to sit the Masonic Lodge or something like that. Whatever it is on 9th Street.
Yeah, I think Peck Park is open tomorrow.
It is.
Yeah.
They have the
Yeah.
drop-off box too for your absentee ballots. I'm heading up there when I go to get my vaccine to drop my ballot off.
I'll go sometime tomorrow.
Yeah, you all better go, because I understand the state of California is having people call to remind people to vote.
They are.
I think Chris got one today.
We did too. Couple of them.
So we'll move on to, and thank you for the reminder, Vic. We'll move on to number 3, discussion in addition to agenda items. So we have a few items there. Approved October 10th meeting minutes, and we also have approved the MER.
We got one before that. It's on the bottom of the first page.
It's, oh, there it is. Yeah, government representative. Yeah, Naima Pullman will be there to do a review or to talk about the elections. And that I'm thinking that that'll just go under, like you have it there, government representatives, and they should, I'm not exactly sure if it's male or female.
Yeah,
The individual will do a presentation.
Yeah, they suggested that it go onto the government representative area, and they said it would take about 5 or 6 minutes.
Great. Okay, so then we'll have the 2 things that I had mentioned, the minutes and the MER, and approve the budget.
And then also after that, like I told Victor, there will be the motion for the letter to Bonk. After, and then Ray, question for you.
Right,
So you were at the EBG working group meeting, the
right,
last one,
right.
and we're Northwest, the discussion about Northwest being one of the pilots.
Right.
So what I got direction from Josh was that I needed to bring it to our neighborhood council to have them vote whether or not they wanted to be a pilot or not.
And I wanted to bring that up, in fact. To put a quick my feelings, I don't think we should do it. I think
I
there are
don't think we do either, because there's problems with Peck Park right now. There really is a lot of problems.
well, honestly, I'm
Wait,
looking
hang
for
on, guys. We're getting into discussion. This is agenda setting, not discussion.
so I would like to just say that we don't need to do it because there are others that need to be there. And I don't want it to be a conflict because of my standing with Bonk. So I would
Oh, you don't want it us to be the
yeah,
chosen as the
yeah,
pilot because of that?
yes.
It-
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll just tell Josh that the alternate central, that we need to defer to them.
That
Well, I
would be
mean,
fine.
you know, it seems like there's plenty of reasons, procedural and practical, not to do it. And, you know, I think we know that we're not necessarily set up to take it on anyway, so it would be just easier for us to
I'll
wait.
just talk to Josh offline about it.
That'll be great. Thank you.
Okay,
So we also have the CIS that has to do with the censure for Council File 221189. And then you'll do your we'll do the digital communications announcement,
Yeah, that'll be very quick, a minute or two.
right? Okay, so here's the other thing that I think I'd like to add with your permission, and this is something that that occurred. That the reason why I'm doing this is because of what occurred the last time we met with certain individuals. Okay, with certain individuals who are shall remain nameless in our neighborhood council. You know, looking for opportunity to create a situation that I think was unfair to everyone else, not unfair to the individual that they were pointed at, but unfair to the people who are out there, because I've heard from a few different people that because of that, they're thinking they would like to drop out of the neighborhood council because they don't want to put up with the stuff that's going on. So
It's not just like an apocryphal kind of thing. It's been a pattern, and I've had a non-zero number of people discuss with me their either hesitance to join or reasons for leaving. And so it is absolutely a destructive presence, and you know.
it is. So what I have arranged, and this is where I'd like for you guys to hopefully support. I have had a conversation with someone that some of you have probably already know, Gary De La Rosa, to do kind of a civic engagement presentation about the importance of people sticking it out, being part of this, given sometimes the disruption, and not to let it discourage. He's agreed to do it. I've been working with him on some of the finer points of this thing and why. It's not pointed toward any individual as far as their behavior. It's more pointed about the responsibility that we carry as neighborhood council elected representatives, making sure that we all are there to represent the people who elected us.
shouldn't that be like a presentation then, maybe? Since-
It's going to be coming under the presentation, but it's going to be a little bit longer than normal.
That's all right.
I'm
'Cause
working with him.
This NEMA person said to put her under government representative.
Yeah, so this is going to be probably somewhere between half to 40 minutes. And it could go a little bit longer, but it's going to be something that normally we have talked about kind of in previous what do you call it, retreats. It would be kind of a retreat item, but I think it's important for us to talk about and hopefully help people understand what the responsibility as a neighborhood council person is. I suspect that any individual who may feel that they are the target of this, and that's not the intent, but I can certainly feel that someone may say something. But that's on them.
Well, I think it's appropriate because, I mean, I've had conversations with several people on several different occasions about how in the sum total, these people are costing us time. It's time we're not working. They're getting in the way. And if we're either going to spend time addressing this problem in a positive way, or we're going to spend time tolerating it and enduring it. So,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I got text messages after that meeting from people at the board meeting saying, oh my God, can I get that time back lost from them going on and on and on? It seems like a waste of my time when I'm sitting there and they're pulling this crap.
Yeah.
And
I got a text, not just after the meeting, but during the meeting, from someone who was gonna drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think, again, I'd like to just say that I'm looking for your all support and permission to be able to do this. Like I said, I've been working on this with Gary for the last few weeks since this thing has happened. I've tried to figure out what we can do, and
it's a good idea. My only concern with this whole thing, Ray, and I'm
yeah.
gonna tell you what my major concern is.
Okay.
Two individuals will put their camera off and not even be there paying attention to
Like I
it.
said, this is not for them. They
Okay.
can glean any kind of feeling from it, but and I'm sure they'll understand and they'll know that this is a reaction given their behavior, but it's not pointed to them. It's pointed toward being more civically engaged and not to let.
No, it's us. It's for us.
It's for
if the rest of
everyone
it-
else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if the rest of us stand still, this will fall apart just through entropy. And I think this is more than a good idea. It's a necessity because we have to reinforce and reassure and encourage people who are here to actually get some work done. Because otherwise, a reasonable person will become cynical in this environment. So we have to push the opposite direction.
I really was bothered by this because we had an elected official who had never attended any of our meetings before, who has never attended a neighborhood council meeting before, and chose to attend ours. And I don't want that individual to go away thinking that this is what neighborhood councils are all about.
Mhm.
And then we had a group of students, from the government class, if I recall,
Mhm.
were there to see what government is all about. I don't want them to walk away thinking that this is what government is all about.
And this is particularly, again, aside from our own kind of issues, if you look broadly at government, there are, from the city level and the state level and the federal level, we definitely have to hold back the tide because it's ridiculous right now.
Absolutely.
And if nothing else, we can demonstrate that we can do better than city council at least.
I had
Absolutely.
a stakeholder reach out to me and say, I've come to Northwest San Pedro neighborhood council meetings before, and I've always looked to them they're always so well run and always no problems and not like Central or any of the other ones. But what's going on with Northwest? Why was it such a mess this meeting?
Well, you know what? It is my feeling that they have been progressively getting a little bit more, feeling a little bit more empowered to create this kind of chaos. And we may not be able to stop the chaos that they feel that they need to create, but definitely I don't want it to affect the participation of other people who I think all have the right space in their heart to serve their community, and that's what this is really all about.
Right.
So that's what I've been working on these last couple of weeks with Gary, and like I said, I'm hoping that I can get your support and help me make sure that the right people are there to listen and understand. If need be, maybe if the other individuals, they feel that it's a waste of time or whatever, they can drop out. I don't care, because it's not for them, it's for everybody else.
Do you want,
I like Gary, and Gary does a good presentation whenever he does anything. So,
Right.
do you want this on the agenda for the upcoming meeting?
Yes, yeah. But let me double check with you, because I put a call into Gary to kind of get a check as to what, where he's at with this. So he was supposed to call me back before today's meeting, but he did tell me that he was, had something that he was working on at work, so I'll check with him again tomorrow but yeah, this will go under presentations. I don't know exactly what to call it, but I'll come up with a name. Gary and I will come up with a name and we can put it on there.
You'll have to change that to
Yeah,
about the 20-minute thing, because he said it's going to be longer.
So anyway, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate your,
when you talk to him, find out what kind of time frame we should put on it. too.
yeah. He and I had talked about 30 to 40 minutes. Kind of leaning to just putting on there 45, and then, then we can get through it.
Is
I've
that-
also mentioned to some committee members that if they could keep their committee reports short
Mhm.
and to the point, then if there are motions that have to, or letters or anything like that, that if they can be postponed for a meeting, then to do that too, because I really want to have a very
Oh,
concise. to the
Budget
point
finance
meeting.
can't postpone any of their stuff. That has to all be done.
No, yeah, and that's why I never had the conversation with you. I just had the conversation with those others that sometimes they tend to be a bit more vocal, verbose. So, yeah, no, I completely understand the importance of budget and finance. So, anyway, that's what I wanted to mention. And I want to be conscious of the time. We have like another maybe 4 minutes with Melanie.
Yeah.
So I do not have anything else to talk about. I think we pretty much got the rest of the agenda. We'll make sure that, anyone that has anything else they want to report out gets to you by Wednesday, or Wednesday's your cutoff date, right, Beth?
right, Wednesday at noon is, sorry, Thursday, well,
Thursday.
Wednesday evening, because since the 11th is Veterans Day,
Yeah,
I want to send this out Thursday morning instead of Thursday afternoon.
Okay.
okay, so Wednesday end of business.
Right. So like
Okay.
Wednesday, 5 p.m.
All right. Anything else, anybody?
Are we, do we have for this, the CIS, item F on the executive committee agenda?
Right.
Do we have, are we just gonna bring this up and talk about it, or do we actually?
I'm not sure that it's coming out of any committee, so it'll be something that we talk about and probably have to vote on. We'll need a motion. Again, I'll double check with Lori. I don't think it came from any of her,
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
but I'll check with Lori.
I can't remember the email she sent, if we had a draft of the CIS or if it was just pretty much this. So I have to go back and look, but yeah, if you could find out for sure. Because I agree. I don't think it came out of a committee, but I'm just wondering what are we gonna do at the meeting?
Yeah, I was going to say, is it like handing it off to a committee if some chair is willing to take responsibility for it, or what does that look like?
Right. If that's what it is, then that's what it is. But I was just wondering what's.
Right, because normally don't motions have to come out of a standing committee first before we.
Well,
CIS
that's-
or something.
That's the rule of thumb that we have been working off of, but it doesn't mean that something can't come up, and something
Right.
like this is more, the exception than the rule.
Yeah, I mean,
Right,
it says it's a
I
request. It's not a
wonder if
motion in of itself, so.
Yeah,
Right, maybe if she has something that she's submitting, you submit it from the executive committee versus having it out there, because we don't allow our neighborhood council for stakeholders to make motions.
Well, it's
Well-
not making a motion though. It's a request for a CIS, which isn't the same thing. So
But
the
I
motion
think
would
if you
come
submit-
after.
I I'm not sure. I think the way I understood it, she was writing one that she wanted us to approve.
Well,
And
still,
I-
then we would still have to present it as our own. Like it happens in legislation all the time. People will hand in legislation fully written, and the representative just takes it and presents it.
Right,
Right.
but I'm just saying we wouldn't be able to vote on it at this meeting.
Hey,
No.
Melanie, it's 6:20. You need to go.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah,
her-
maybe we need to go to committee anyway.
yeah,
So we'll take care of it. I'll double check with Lori.
her email only had a link to the, I think, the city or something. It did not
The
have.
council
a-
file. I
didn't
think she
have
had the
any
council
draft-
file.
It didn't have any kind of draft.
Right,
Wording.
right. Okay.
alrighty,
Anything else, anyone?
nope,
No?
No.
Okay, hopefully without objection, we'll adjourn and we'll see you all next Monday.
alrighty,
Thanks a lot, guys, for being here.
bye.
Truly appreciate it.
All right.
Take care.